Morning guys, how are you all today? And I am back home, which is a really nice place to be, I've got to tell you. Even though those little chalets were reasonably comfortable, the bed was pretty bad, to be honest. It was acceptable for a few days, but it's always nice to get home, isn't it, into your own bed. And I am a bit of a kind of homely person, so to me, like, home is where the heart is. So coming home is definitely always the best place to be. Had a lovely sleep as well. It's reasonably early, it's about 7 o'clock, but I went to sleep at, I don't know, about 10:30 last night, so I had quite a nice long sleep. Driving all that way was fairly exhausting, plus obviously the rigmarole with the police as well. And there was like 2 or 3 comments as well yesterday about, oh, you shouldn't speed, it causes accidents, you're an arsehole, especially with your kid in the car, blah blah blah. But you've got to realise that the roads are empty, there's no one on the roads. Doing 120 mile an hour in my car is like doing about 60 mile an hour, that's what it feels like. I've been racing go-karts and motorbikes since I was about 8 years old, and I'm a fully grown man. I'm more than capable of making a decision as to what is safe and what is not safe. So that's just to answer those people. But you're obviously entitled to your opinion. Just one note, never had a single car accident in my life. So that tells you pretty much all you need to know. And I can tell you I used to drive a hell of a lot faster than I do now. So today I am gonna, obviously I'm up already, I'm gonna go and check out Game of Thrones from last night. In the UK, because it's Easter, it is a bank holiday on Friday just gone, and it's also a bank holiday today, so you get like 4 days off work. So today obviously is another bank holiday, so I'm going to get up, I'm going to watch Game of Thrones, Crisis, loads of other shows as well that I've just immediately forgotten the name of, Revenge, all the shows that I watch. Jade's got to go and pick Teddy up, the dog, because he's been at a place that looks after them. It's not a kennels, it's this lady that kind of just takes dogs into her house and looks after them. Bit strange, but she's very, very good. So she's going to go and pick them up when she wakes up. Jade likes to sleep a fair while, so I'm no doubt she won't be up until about 9 o'clock this morning. Also, Miesha Tate won her fight in the UFC. Miesha Tate's probably my favourite UFC fighter, mainly because I've got a major crush on her. Yeah, well happy she won as well. And that Verdum fight was sick. Travis Brown was just way out of his league, which I actually thought in the first place. I think he's been fairly lucky so far, to be honest. So that is pretty much my day. I'm going to be testing out the ATH M50Xs this morning whilst I'm watching the TV shows, because Jade's upstairs asleep, so I'm going to use that as an excuse to check out those headphones. And also I'm going to do some playing around with the Sony Xperia Z2. So a pretty relaxing, fun-filled day for me. Hope you guys have a great one. I'll obviously be back with you a little bit later on. Oh my god, guys, I forgot to say as well, it may not be an exact date, but we are pretty much 6 months into my vlogging every day, not promise, but kind of thing that I said. I said at that certain stage back in October, so it would have been November, December, January, February, March, April, yeah, 6 months into it. I said back in October that I would start vlogging every single day, and I've done it for 6 months. So that is what, you know, like 100, what is it, 350, it's like 175 days of vlogging every single day. And it's been a serious journey, let me tell you. I've learned things. I've learned things from your comments. I've learned things about myself, just putting myself out there like this. Yeah, it's been a really bizarre one. It's a strange experience putting, I don't put my whole life out there, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you obviously is just private to me. And I mean, there are certain things that I've actively decided to keep to myself, like my photography, some of my video stuff, and some other personal things as well. Not personal, but just some little things that I just thought I should really have some things that are just kind of for me. But I've also put the most ridiculous amount of stuff out there to the world, essentially, and obviously mainly to you guys, that is still quite personal and is basically putting across my entire personality. It's quite a strange thing to put across your entire personality out there for the world to kind of judge you. And I've always had the thought that I really, I'm not one of these people that gives a shit about what anyone else thinks. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, but I just have never been this kind of person who cares what other people think of you. You know, there's a lot of people out there that almost run their lives around making sure that other people look at them in a correct way and worrying about what other people think of them, and all of these kind of things. And I've just never been that way inclined. To me, it's like, go out, be yourself, and people will either dislike you or like you. You do get people in this world who have to be liked. They don't like it when they're not liked, and they go out of their way to try and adapt to each individual scenario, friend, whatever person, to try and be that liked person. But I don't believe that's possible. You can't have every single person like you, and it's perfectly natural and healthy for people to dislike you, because it means that you've got a personality, you've got a bold personality that sometimes people disagree with. And I think that's important to have that, because it means that you're unique, and that's what really being a human being is all about. We're unique. We're all meant to be unique. We're not all meant to be the same. We're not all meant to be liked by everybody. Not all human beings are meant to get on with each other. Doesn't mean you're necessarily gonna, you should be fighting and shooting each other, but you can quite easily just say, look, we don't get on, let's not talk, or let's take each other with a pinch of salt, or whatever it may be. But anyway, I am waffling about all of this stuff, but me personally, that I do still believe it has, I don't know how to put it, I do still feel like my approach is the right way. Like, I don't really give a shit what anyone thinks of me, whether they think that I'm this, that, or the other. And even sometimes when you get a lot of comments that say, and I do read every single comment from the vlog channel, as some of you will know, when I kind of verbally reply. I can't reply to them all because it would be insane, but I do read every single one. I don't from the main channel. I only read the first 50 or 60 that are done by my subscribers. But on this channel, I read every single comment, and sometimes there's hate in there. Not much on this channel, to be fair. Sometimes there's criticism about the way you live your life, all these different kinds of things, and I take it on board. I do take it on board, but it doesn't affect me. It doesn't make. I don't sit there thinking, I'm a shit person, or blah 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 blah. It's something that I take in, and it moves on. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my state of emotion for that particular day, and I think that's important. And I think for me that shows a certain level of strength that I've built up over a period of time that I think is important for a person. I don't really know what I'm saying. Anyway, maybe some of you understand what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't even know if I understand what I'm saying myself. I think the main point is that I think it's important to be strong. I think it's important to listen to people, but not necessarily let it affect your emotion. Don't let it bring you down. If someone says something good, let it bring you up by all means, but don't do the opposite. And I think it's just important to just be strong, that you, in your personality, that you're confident about the person that you are. Carry that forward, and be proud of it, really, regardless of what anyone else says, because you live your own life. Other people don't live your life for you. Anyway, I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever, and maybe it even got a bit philosophical rather than me just saying, look, we've done 6 months, woohoo, fucking cool, how cool is that? But I kind of have definitely learned some stuff along the way, and it's been weird. It's been very weird, but it's been educational. It's been pretty incredible, and I'm going to continue it as well. I said when I started this, I didn't say it to you, but I said it to myself. I said I'll do 6 months, and if I find that it's affected me in any kind of negative way, then I won't do it anymore. But I found more positives than negatives, and the negatives have just really kind of blown past me. So yeah, I'm going to carry on. I'm definitely going to carry on. I've got to say a huge thank you to all of you guys as well, because very rarely do we get any kind of crap in the comments. Sometimes you get someone either who's got a particular opinion that is not greatly appreciated, which is one thing, that's fine. Sometimes you do get the odd dickhead. There was a guy yesterday saying, you should be banned for life, you're the worst kind of person, people like you with your big fast cars, blah blah blah. Them kind of people are jealous idiots. But that's very rare on this channel, which is actually quite amazing. And I feel like we've got a great little community as well, because I see people who watch my vlog channel talking to each other on Twitter. They sometimes include me. in the conversation, and I get to see them conversing with each other. I get you guys in the comments answering each other's questions, and not in like a dickhead way either. So I feel like we've built a kind of community, and then we've also had the meetups as well. You know, I've met quite a few people now. I've made quite a significant effort to get out and either host meetups myself or go to certain events like the Gadget Show and meet up with a whole bunch of people. So I feel like that's been a huge positive as well. And the biggest positive out of all of it is the amount of messages that I get saying, thank you when you've talked about bullying, thank you when you've talked about this, thank you when you've talked about this, this has inspired me, this has made me feel better about myself, this has changed the way I think about things and it's helped me out. Those messages and those comments are just phenomenal. To have touched even one person in that kind of way, not that way guys, but you know what I mean, emotionally, is you can tell it's a special thing. It really is. I can't explain it. It's a very special feeling. And so a huge thank you to you all. I've just talked absolute nonsense for 8 minutes. I'm going to shut the fuck up and go and watch Game of Thrones.